Meanwhile, in Baltimore, ESPN's Diana Rossini says that Ozzie Newsome and John Harbaugh have given their approval to bring Colin Kaepernick on, but Steve Bisciotti, the owner, is resistant. What can you add to this, Albert?
I think a lot of it's going to ride on Joe Flacco's health. And I know there was an outcry when they signed the realtor or whatever last week to play quarterback, but they needed a camp arm, and that's what that was. And you are never going to go through what you're going to have to go through to bring in Colin Kaepernick, to have him there for 7 to 10 days. And so I think part of this is going to boil down to, where Joe Flacco's health is at, and that the plan was, and we're coming up on that time now, to get him off his feet for a week and then reassess where he's at. He's 32 years old. Back problems generally don't go away. They can linger. They can pop back up. And so, I think the medicals on Joe Flacco, will sort of help tell the tale here where, if the Ravens feel like, this could come back up in October or November and we have a serious problem here, we're going to have to find a way to create a threat on offense. And Colin Kaepernick, based on what he's done in the past, but based on the fact that Greg Roman's in the building, is somebody who I think they believe would be able to do that to do that for them in a pinch if Flacco were to go down.
So you're saying that barring an increased football need, this isn't happening?
I just think, yeah. I mean, I think if they sign Colin Kaepernick, you'll know that they're nervous about Joe Flacco's back.
So so I guess then there is a football need threshold that the Ravens are even that exists, that they'd be willing to entertain this.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? And I think this is the best way to look at it. The job of backup quarterback and starting quarterback, those are separate jobs, right? That's why it never made sense to just rank the top 64, the top 96. The backup quarterback has got to be ready for game day without getting any reps in practice. He's got to be the hardest worker in your building. He's got to be a caddy in certain ways to your starter, because that's the other set of eyes outside the coaching staff that the starter is going to have. And Colin Kaepernick isn't a great fit for that. But if he's going to be your starting quarterback, if you're going to need somebody for 6 to 8 weeks to be able to create that threat, that's different. He is a good fit for that. And so I think part of this for the Ravens is looking at it and saying, we don't look at him. We're not going to bring him in here as a conventional backup quarterback. That's not what he is. That's not what he's built for. But if we're nervous that there could be a period here where we're going to be without Joe Flacco for an extended period of time, he is somebody who would fit as a starter. And so if they forecast that and they say to themselves, we could be up Blanks Creek, in October, then I could certainly see where they say Colin Kaepernick's the right guy. He can create a threat for us if Flacco goes down and we want to bring him in.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on radio stations across the country and audience.
If you like that, download our app. Please, just if it's a memory thing, just delete other apps. You don't need those apps. This app, the Rich Eisen Show app, you need that.